Starting to feel like basic tasks are really hard. Things like showering, tidying up, preparing meals, things that used to be easy for you that are now proving very draining or difficult. I think that's a real key there. That's something to be mindful of. Now, another thing that I think is important to maybe name is when do we need more help? When might we need more help? How will we know we need more help? We know that early intervention with, say, things like grief or grief that's tipping into something depressive, we know that when we have that early intervention in well over 80% of cases, it makes a massive difference. It's a game changer. So how can we kind of notice in ourselves that we might need more help than we're receiving, okay? Now, I think it is important to say, though, we do want to make sure that the symptoms of grief that we're experiencing are not attributable to changes in medication or some type of other underlying condition, right? We need to check in with the doctor on that. But other than that, if we are noticing that we're having trouble sleeping, if our sleeping pattern is different, if our eating patterns have changed, okay, sometimes that's a sign. If it's more difficult to concentrate, okay, and that's persisting, sometimes that's a sign. If you're experiencing symptoms and pain that you've checked out with the doctor and it doesn't seem to have an underlying condition, but that pain is persistent and not going away, sometimes that's a symptom of grief. If we're starting to feel like basic tasks are really hard, things like showering, tidying up, preparing meals, things that used to be easy for you that are now proving very draining or difficult. I think that's a real key there. That's something to be mindful of. Definitely, if there is any part of you that has considered that it would be easier to no longer be here, okay, that's a sign certainly that we need more help, isn't it? If you notice that you are avoiding places or things that you have done in the past with someone that you lost, if you and your wife or you and your husband used to go to this particular coffee place and you don't even want to drive by it anymore, let alone go there. You're going out of your way to avoid it and to avoid other reminders of the person or reminders of the loss. Sometimes that's a sign that we need a bit of help. If we're experiencing any kind of guilt around the loss, if we're experiencing guilt about a relationship that we had in the past that we have lost and guilt in relation to this person, we might need help with that. If it is in any way hard to stop thinking about details of a loss, so if you find that you are ruminating about certain points in a relationship with someone that you have lost, or if you find that you are fixated or a bit ruminating about some of the things that occurred at the end, right? And you're replaying them in your mind and they're going over and over and they cause you suffering, but you somehow can't stop that, then we might need a little bit of help. If there was anything about the loss that was shocking or abrupt or traumatic, we definitely need help then. And I think really if overall you would say that you are feeling vaguely less confident than you used to, vaguely a bit kind of lost, if you sort of feel like you almost are uncertain of who you are. Now, sometimes people don't understand that question, but if you are feeling that, you will understand what I am talking about. You'll know what I'm saying there. If you're starting to feel a bit insecure or not confident as you used to be, that's a sign, okay?